Hey there, pretty people, and welcome back to Such Pretty. Today I'm going to do a clothing slash indie designer slash fashion review haul type video thing. I'm going to go through all of my Chubby Cartwheels that I have from years ago when I made my very first Chubby Cartwheels purchase to now when I collaborated with Shauna to make the Darling I Know hooded bodysuit, which I'll be showing you at the end of this video. So I have 4 different items from Chubby Cartwheels, and I'm going to put that information down in the link below. The Fat Beats collection just dropped a couple days ago, and everything is holographic, and you know how much I love color. It's beautiful. I am so happy with my bodysuit, and everything that everybody put their ideas into is just so beautiful. I love it. Everything's beautiful. For reference for this entire video, my size is a US 28. Sometimes US 26, sometimes 30. You guys know how fickle women's sizing can be, so I've got, you know, some stuff that's a size 20 that fits, some stuff that's a size 28 that's too small. You know, that's just how clothing is, I guess. In Torrid jeans, if I were to go to Torrid and pick up a pair of jeans, the first size I would go for would be 28. I am 6 feet tall, so I am a very tall drink of water. A lot of stuff does not fit me because of my height. I am very apple-shaped. I'm very, very round in my stomach. Most of my weight is in my stomach. I have a pretty small butt. My chest is pretty small in comparison to the rest of my body. My bra size is a 44 triple D. For bras where I kind of like start in the 42 to 44 range in the triple D EF range when I look for bras. I'm more rotund this way, but then I'm also bigger this way because my torso is so much bigger, so I have a lot of trouble, especially with bodysuits, because I need it to be big enough to fit my roundness and my tallness. So if you are interested in learning more about Chubby Cartwheels and me going over all of the pieces that I have from Chubby Cartwheels, then this is the video for you, and stay tuned, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I ever bought from Chubby Cartwheels was this holographic crop top. I purchased this years ago on an Instagram sample sale, so it was a one-off. It was never produced for the website as like an item that you could purchase, but she does do custom orders. So if it's something that you're interested in, and she has a couple of fabrics that are very similar to the fabric that was used in this crop top, then email her and figure something out. The fabric is really thick and it has just a little bit of stretch. It's woven really tightly, so like it really wants to, when you stretch it, it really wants to go back to the normal size, but there is stretch in it. It's just a much tighter stretch, much more close to the body than say like a jersey stretch like this. Think like swimsuit fabric, it's thicker like that. Not as thick, but thicker like that, and the stretch, it really just, it stretches a lot, but then it really wants to stay the same size. So just keep that in mind. It was advertised as a size 2X, 3X. At the time it fit me. In the video you might see that I was like kind of holding it down. It's a little bit too small in my waist for me now, so I'll probably be putting it on my Store Envy to sell in the next few months. So if you guys follow me on Store Envy and get my updates of when I sell my clothes, that is great. I will put the link to my Store Envy down below. So what I paid for this was $20 plus shipping. So now the second thing that I ever ordered from Chubby Cartwheels is called the Mary Jane bodysuit. Okay, the second thing that I got from Chubby Cartwheels was the Mary Jane bodysuit. I bought it in a size 4X, which on the website is a size 26-28, which is perfect for my size. I did have it customized with short sleeves and a hood. The fabric is very, very stretchy. It is like a quick dry fabric, so it feels like swimsuit fabric, but it's a little bit thinner. It's not like swimsuit fabric in the same way that the holographic one is. It isn't pulled back as hard to its original shape, but is very, very stretchy. Great, it was a great fit for me, but as you can see in the video, there was a little bit of room in the butt, but that's just like my body type. I have a very, very flat butt, fat stomach, flat butt, fat lower back. You can swim in it, but that's, you know, up to you. I haven't swam in it. I may. I don't really know. I would really hate for the fabric to bait or anything like that, but I have seen other people swim in it. The price for this was $50 and the $7 to add the sleeves, and I believe the hood was $10. It may have been $12, and then it was plus shipping. So we're looking at $67 to $69 for this that I paid plus the shipping. I just wanted to touch really quick on the use recreationally or medically of marijuana. I do use both recreationally and medically. It helps a lot for anxiety and depression and PTSD, that all are things that I suffer from. And then it doesn't really help with my migraines as much, but it does help a little bit with my nausea. So if you have any questions about medical marijuana use or recreational marijuana use, you can get at me on Instagram or in my email or in the comments or whatever. If it offends you, I apologize. It's something that I do, and it's probably something that I'll be talking about more because it seems like people are really interested in learning more about me and like my illness and fashion and my daily life. So that's a really big part of my life. Anyway, so moving on is to what I'm wearing right now, actually. This is the Lee singlet, and I will show you a video of it right here. I did not get any customizations on this, but looking at the video especially, it's not as much see-through in real life, like when you're standing in front of me, but when the sun is beating down on me and there's light going through, you can see through it a little bit. So as you can see, the fabric is very, very stretchy, but it can get pretty see-through, obviously, as you saw in the video. So now that I'm seeing the video, I probably, if I could go back, I'd add a couple inches into the torso for extra room, just so that the fabric didn't get sheer in the middle like that. But otherwise, it is like the most comfortable thing that I've ever put on my body. It fits like beautifully and perfectly, and I love it so much. I'm gonna wear it under like every single dress that I own, and help with my chub rub issues, and I'm just really happy with it. It is not on the website right now. It hasn't been on the website for a while, but I asked her if she would make me one special, and she did. So again, she does do custom orders. The price that I paid for this was $40, and it is cotton fabric. It is not for swimming. And the last one that we want to talk about is the Darling I Know hooded bodysuit. I got it in a size 4X, and I did have it customized as longer in the torso, as like I said, due to my height. So if you do have like special requirements where you're taller or you're very apple shaped and you need more space in the torso area, you might want to talk to her about getting custom sizing. And then if you're in between sizes, I would definitely size up, because the fabric is very similar to the fabric in the original crop top, where it just really wants to turn to its shape quickly. It's very tight stretch. Again, it was a little bit baggy in my butt area, but that's kind of my body shape more than anything else, than flat butt. Unfortunately, this is not for swimming. The fabric is really beautiful, and it has like tiny foil pieces on it in dots, and the more that you expose that to chemicals and water and stuff, the more it dulls the shine. So even though it looks like a hooded swimsuit, and I wish that it could be, it's probably not best to wear it in the water. Just kind of keep that in mind. And the cost of the Darling I Know hooded bodysuit is $75. So I just want to touch on a couple things before I let you go. The first thing is the customer service is like the greatest. Shauna is fantastic. She is really willing to work with you on sizing and customizations and fabrics. But what you do have to know is that the processing time is anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. All of these are custom made for you. She doesn't have like, I mean, she makes them with her hands. She doesn't have like a stash of like 20 bodysuits that she just like picks up, like, okay, here's a 2X, I'm gonna ship it out. Here's a 3X, I'm gonna ship it out. It's not like that. She makes every order as you order them. So there is a processing time. So if there's something that you need quickly, you can always, email her and ask her and see what kind of time she has, and she'd be able to do it. But you just kind of have to time budget in your mind if you want to order something for a certain event, because it does take a while. Hand sewn things do take more time. The shipping price is, what I paid for shipping is just whatever the priority envelope price is right there. So right now it's like $6.80 something, I think, and the shipping was $7. So as long as you're not ordering that much, as long as you're ordering something that's gonna fit, you know, in the priority envelopes, I'm pretty sure that's what she sends in. And then another thing that I wanted to touch on before I let you guys go is that prices. I do realize that the prices are higher than if you were to go into a Walmart or a Forever 21 or sometimes even a Torrid. The prices are more on par with like Torrid prices. And I know that that is not accessible for everybody, and I understand that. Being a disabled person who is on a fixed income, I completely understand. These purchases that I got were from, you know, tax returns, or I had saved money or what have you, and I feel very lucky to be able to have done that. And I know that it's not accessible for a lot of people. But another thing that you have to understand, especially since my boyfriend and I had opened a shop, which ultimately we ended up closing, making some tulle skirts, and the price of the skirt for us to make was around $30, and then he spent about 16 to 20 hours on each skirt. We ended up charging like $60 for the skirt, which is $30 for 16 hours of work, which is $15 a day of work. So $15 per 8-hour shift. I mean, for $15 for working 8 hours, I just don't think that's something anybody would do if they, I mean, unless they were in a job where they got tips, like waitressing or whatever. I just don't see anybody working for less than $2 an hour. So even though the prices were just like gutted down to the floor, like bare bones, as low as we possibly would ever think of charging, we couldn't possibly charge less, or we would just not, it would just wouldn't be worth it. And they were not priced how they should have been priced, what he deserved for how much time and effort he put into each one, and they still didn't sell. So the prices, you just have to understand that these fabrics, these holographic fabrics especially, are very expensive. She has to buy a bunch of them a bunch of the fabric at one time so that she can, you know, make a bunch of different items from it, and then it takes hours and hours to hand sew these things. So I believe in a minimum wage that is livable. I believe in a $15 minimum wage, and I wouldn't think to tell anybody that their work isn't worth that much money, because I just know firsthand how long it takes somebody to hand sew something and how expensive these fabrics are. So I understand that it's not accessible for everybody, and I wish it could be easier. I wish that Shauna had, you know, enough orders that she was able to get a manufacturer, and that she was able to order fabrics in bulk and able to bring prices down like more. But I mean, that's not a feasible thing for like a one-person project. So you just have to understand that it is expensive for her to make these, which is why it's expensive for you to buy them. I say that they're worth every penny. They're stitched beautifully. I haven't had anything get any holes. Nothing has done that horrible, like that ripping sound, like when you know that you've broken a couple threads while you're putting it on. And nothing has done that. Everything is straight and fits right on the body, and I'm sure she's worked forever on these patterns and to get them perfect. I am just really impressed with Chubby Cartwheels as a whole. So if you want to see more from Chubby Cartwheels, all of the information will be down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you next time. Bye. I'm just gonna redo it.